Okay, so this is the breakdown for the ankle car. Again, we're just gonna do this in the most easy position. Seated like here is really easy. You can do these in a variety of positions standing up. Like I said before, ankle is gonna be really similar to the wrist. And so what you're gonna see is a lot of popping and cracking, and a lot of people are gonna sacrifice range of motion for motor control. I'm gonna take my sock off because that's blending into the rest of my outfit. So what we wanna do, we have dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, rotation, inversion, and eversion. Okay, again, with the ankle, you're gonna have more inversion than eversion. We want to try to hit all of those ranges of motion. Now, we did knee cars already, so we don't want the tibia to be moving on these. So there's a couple of ways we can do that. In the beginning, if you want to lock your knee out, like we talked about, that's going to stop any rotation from the tibia, and all you're going to have to worry about is making sure you're not compensating through the hip, okay? But once you get that down, we do want to return to the bent knee and practice separating ankle motion from the tibia motion. So we want to disassociate. So when you do that, I actually tend to look down my tibia and try to see if I'm getting this movement at all as I go through my car. And if I start to notice that this is happening, I'll go back to my straight leg, find my true end of range, come back to bent leg, and actually see if I can recreate it, okay? And just live in the areas where you have the most problems. So the motion is we're gonna go into plantar flexion, pull in and inversion, pull up into as much dorsiflexion as we can, rotate out, evert, and plant. And again, you'll see it might not be really smooth. If you're really challenging the end of your range of motion, you're gonna get that. It's like a little clicky spot for me, and I might go through and just live there and try to smooth that out. I do these a lot at the end of the day, in bed, because it's a real easy thing to do, and inject a little extra movement into your life. We're gonna go back the other direction, so I'm pulling up into dorsiflexion, inversion, plantar flexion, eversion, rotation. Again, just trying to keep my tibia out of it. Toes can be expressive, but we don't want them to lead the motion. Challenge the end of your range of motion. Do not sacrifice range of motion for motor control. Don't want to see, like, hey, look how smooth my car is, and you're just mid-range, okay? If you want to lock out, very comfortable position. Take this foot underneath, you can put a little stand on it. And we're just gonna make big range of motion. My foot is huge from this angle. Popping and cracking is normal as long as it doesn't hurt. Ankle is one of the big three that we talk about as far as mobility. If you're having trouble squatting to depth, chances are you could have an ankle issue.